Hello, this video will cover the new user management feature in PressureTrac, which allows the ability to view, create, edit and delete users. This functionality is restricted to Controller Plus level user roles. This limits who can perform user management. Note, the Controller Plus role is a new additional role. It is basically equivalent to the existing controller role, but with extra user, subscription, and security policy management capabilities. This video covers the following user management topics. The user management tile. Viewing users. Creating users. Editing users. Then there are also enabling or disabling user accounts. Unlocking locked user accounts. Deleting users. Right, let's get started with the first topic. The user management tile. Firstly, let's log into PressureTrac as a Controller Plus level user role. Once authenticated with this role, you will see a screen with various option tiles. Tiles in PressureTrac are used as a metaphor, just like a large button, to illustrate various options that can be selected. Now we are logged in, we can see on the toolbar the current user details displayed. This is used to confirm that we are using a Controller Plus role user and so will have access to user management functionality. To navigate to user management on the initial screen, just click the System tile. You will now be taken to the System screen. You will see a different selection of option tiles. One of these should be User Management. Click on this to go to the User Management screen. This takes us onto the User Management screen where you can view PressureTrac users. On this screen you will see an example list of users. For long user lists there are sorting options, allowing filtering by name, or just controlling the number of user items shown per page. In this example we have 4 users. We can see that there are user roles allocated to each user. Currently we are logged in as user 1, which has the Controller Plus role. This role is needed to manage users and so gain access to view this screen. Users with viewer, technician or controller roles would not see the user management tile, so not be able to access this screen. Each user has property information associated with it, these being an email address. This is used for password resets and for contact information. Enabled status. This is used to control whether the user account is enabled without having to delete it. A use case for this would be if an employee leaves their current role and access with this account needs to be blocked, but can be re-enabled quickly if they resume their original role. A locked status indicator. This is set to locked when the user logs in incorrectly too many times. This blocks further access until it is reset. There are also action options which are selectable from this page. These are now going to be covered in turn. The first action covered is creating a new user. Your subscription will allow addition of users if you have not already used up 100% of your user count. To add a new user, click on the Create User link text. You will be taken to the Create User screen. In this there are sections that must be completed, these being to firstly enter a unique username, next, associate an email address with this user. Then choose a password to make this account secure, then confirm it. Finally, choose a suitable role to allocate to this user. For this example, we are going to use these details to create this user. Username, user X. Email address, test@test.com. Password, ABCDEF. Password confirmation, ABCDEF. Role, viewer. When these details are entered, click Create User to then add this user to PressureTrac, then subsequently have it shown on the updated user list. The next action is editing a user, so on the user list, note the user that has just been created, this being user X. To edit this specific user, just click the Edit Action text for this user. You will now see an Edit User screen. Note, this is similar to the Create User screen, except there are now no password sections and there is a new comment section for documenting if needed the reason for the change. Also, you now have the ability to change the default enabled state if required. In this example, we will change the user X role from viewer to technician. We will do this by selecting technician as the new role. Then click Save to make the change. On the user list screen you will now see user X has had their role updated to technician. We can also enable or disable accounts as required. The user we have created, user X, is enabled by default after creation. Let's disable it to stop access via this account. To do this, select the Edit action associated with this user as done when we previously updated the user role. You will be taken to the same edit screen as seen before. This time the change will be to disable this account. To do this, uncheck the enabled tick box. Then click the Save button to effect this change. You will see on the user list that the account user X is no longer enabled. If this user tries to log in, they will get a sign in failed message and not be allowed to log in at all. As well as creating accounts, you can also delete them as part of user management. We have previously disabled user X, let's now delete it. Note, the enabled state does not have to be disabled in order for us to delete it. To delete a user, in this case user X, select the Delete action associated with this user. You will be prompted with an "Are you sure?" question prompt. Select Yes to continue and delete the desired account. The user list will be updated to reflect the deletion of the user X user account. The final action is to unlock locked user accounts. To generate a locked account, I have already logged out and tried to log in as user 4, using an incorrect password enough times to trigger an account lockout for this user. I have then logged back in as the Controller Plus account and have returned back to this user management screen. In reality, the locked out user would contact a help desk or admin point of contact about their inability to access PressureTrac. Note, once locked out, no access to their account is allowed, even if they subsequently use correct credentials. This is a security feature to stop multiple attempts from unscrupulous actors to gain access to the system. Now, with the user for account in a locked state, we are now going to resolve their issue and unlock their account so they have the ability to access PressureTrac. On the user management list we see that user 4 is indeed currently locked. This is indicated by the locked indicator being ticked for this user. To unlock user 4, just click the Unlock action related to this user. The lock is immediately cleared. The user now has the ability to log on to PressureTrac using user 4 with valid credentials. That short overview of user management features completes the coverage of functionality available to a Controller Plus role to manage users for PressureTrac. Many thanks for watching this video.